What about the sidebar? They removed they had the 4 or 5 ads on the sidebar, and now it just looks silly to me with it just blank there and white screen. Do you think something's going to replace that?
Does it look silly?
Yeah.
Just because we're so used to it being there, that white space is just kind of scary.
Yeah, some valuable real estate there. I mean, do you think? I know they were talking about for local,
and like you could play the devil's advocate and say, okay, Google's doing this because it's going to push people to compete
for the top
more heavily for the top.
Yeah.
It's going to fill their coffers faster. I think that is part of it, of course.
Well,
Google likes money, but at the same time, for our clients, to be honest, it's been a net positive. We've seen a moderate bump in click-through rate. We've seen some CPCs increase, yes, but overall, like average position has increased, has lifted, and we're not crying over here. Now, are we in the minority? I don't think so. I mean, there's been some data that's come out that's shown some fluctuations in performance stats, but I don't think there's any one advertiser out there that's like, oh my God, this ruined my business.
Right. Well, and it makes sense that if you're in those top 3 spots, there's no distractions, right? You can get in those top couple of spots, and there's nothing on the right sidebar that's standing in your way.
It almost seems. It does seem though that it's kind of a change in the I don't know what the word is, strategy or culture of Google, that Google was trying to catch up with inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they were always full. Their inventory was always packed, and so they added more and more places and more places. And now it seems to me like is it that Google search pay-per-click is down, and so they wanted to reduce the inventory? I mean, those are the questions that kind of linger in my head.
Yeah, I think that inventory is bigger than it's ever been. I mean, if you look at the reporting that they put out, I haven't seen the most recent, but I did a bunch of research for a presentation I gave last week on like the display side. Holy hell, display ad growth just continues to boom.
Yep.
But with search, mobile is actually pushing the global search market forward. And granted, we're talking about desktops here, but big picture, I think what Google is doing is saying, hey, ultimately, our goal has always been, let's make the best user experience, for the person coming to Google doing a search. And I think that this falls right in line with that motto, because as we've already pointed out, it definitely makes a less cluttered search experience. It's easier to visually, right, make the decision of what am I going to click on. Like I said, people aren't really crying about it.
Well,
I think they wanted to, but net result's been, this is okay.
It's almost like they're trying to take the desktop experience and make it emulate the mobile experience.
It is,
and kind of make that smaller instead of the other way around, which is what we're used to.
So maybe kind of educate the behavior of your visitors.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That does make
and
sense.
it's interesting. I've been having conversations with people both in the U.S. as well as one particular gentleman. Hat tip to Michael. Hello. In the UK.
Hey, Michael.
Basically saying, hey, how many ads are you seeing at the top, right? And so that's always been the question, because when this first happened, we were still seeing 3 in the top block, and then very quickly, because part of Google's announcement was 4 ads, and then we started to see 4. Now occasionally I see 5.
And sometimes you'll just see 2.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a moving target, and I think that the UK experience has been a little bit different. I think it was slower for them to go from 3 to 4, whereas here it's been 4 pretty consistently. But like I said, just even this morning, I saw one that had 5 ads, and I was just sitting there scratching my head going, interesting.
Yep.